Hello, wisdom seekers, and welcome back to my channel. This is the next video about the history and lore of a gemstone and exploring how that history contributes to the spiritual benefits associated with the stone today. We've already learned the history of lapis, amethyst, and obsidian. Now it's time to dive into the history and lore of malachite. For regular subscribers, welcome back. I'm so glad these videos have been useful for you. For those new to the channel, I'm Shannon Marie. I'm a published author, certified gemologist, and a Reiki teacher. This channel is dedicated to helping you learn more about gemstones and how to use them to support your everyday life situations. In this video, I'll be talking about the history and lore of malachite and how its history contributes to and supports the spiritual benefits of this gemstone. How long has malachite been used? Malachite was first mined about 6,000 years ago. Malachite was mined from deposits near the Isthmus of Suez and the Sinai in Egypt as early as 4000 BC. It was also mined at the Great Orme mines in Britain approximately 3,800 years ago, and they used stone and bone tools to mine the copper and the malachite. Then historic evidence also shows that malachite was mined at Timna Valley in Israel more than 3,000 years ago. So this is a pretty old stone that's been around for quite a while. How did it get its name? The book Gemstones of the World has two theories about the origin of its name. The name of malachite seems to derive either from its color or softness. The Greek word malach means mallow after the green of mallow leaves, or perhaps for malachite's softness. The Greek word malachos means soft, because malachite is a fairly soft stone and is only rated 3.5 to 4 on the Mohs hardness scale. And for comparison, agates, jaspers, and quartz are all a hardness of 7. What is malachite's structure and makeup? Copper is what gives malachite that gorgeous green color and is why malachite is often found near copper mines. Malachite develops in layers, which you can see from the gradient bands of green in a cross-section of malachite. These bands of green make malachite a very sought-after decorative stone. It is often cut and polished to show off these bands of green. As mentioned, this is a fairly soft stone. It's quite sensitive to chemicals, heat, and hot water. So do not put malachite jewelry in any cleaning chemical solutions or wear malachite rings while cleaning or washing dishes in hot water. Now, a warning. The high copper content in malachite makes this gemstone toxic to inhale or ingest. So you should only work with it in its polished form where there are no fragments or dust particles to inhale. This is a danger mostly for those who cut or carve malachite, but it's best to be safe around your gems. Wash your hands after handling malachite. Also, I have read in many books that recommend malachite elixir waters by soaking malachite in water and drinking it. Do not do this. Malachite is toxic and you do not want to be ingesting toxic water. Then finally, malachite is often found intergrown with other stones, creating azurite malachite, malachite chrysocolla, and eyelet stone, which is malachite, chrysocolla, and turquoise. Where is malachite found today? Malachite mines used to be prominent in Russia in the Ural Mountains, which was why malachite was used to decorate palaces and cathedrals in Russia. Today, malachite is found primarily in Zaire, Australia, Chile, Namibia, Zimbabwe, and Arizona in the US. And while we're talking about where genuine malachite is found, just a note on fake malachite. Recently, I have found synthetic versions of malachite at big box craft stores, so be aware that fake malachite does exist. Varying shades of green glass are layered to create this banded effect, but the bands are often very straight and don't look natural. So just keep your eye out for that. Which cultures used malachite and why? Hold on tight. This is a long list. So many cultures used malachite. Egyptians used malachite to make amulets, jewelry, decorations for sarcophagi, paintings, and eyeshadow. We now know that malachite is toxic, so we should never be using it in makeup today. Malachite was linked to the Egyptian goddess Hathor, which we'll talk about in the next section, and Egyptians also used malachite amulets to ward off evil. Ancient Greeks and Romans used malachite as protective talisman, as jewelry, vases, and sculptures. In ancient China, it was highly prized and called shil, taking its name from its source near Shiloh Mine. Malachite pigment was used as a coloring for paints and used in many cultures, including Korea in the 18th century. There are many paintings in Korea using that malachite colored pigment. In the 19th century, the Ural Mountains of Russia, as I said, were the primary source of malachite. Therefore, it was used prominently in many Russian palaces and cathedrals as decoration. The Winter Palace in St. Petersburg features a massive room called the Malachite Room, which was built in 1830. And the interior of St. Isaac's Cathedral features 8 giant green columns, 6 which are made of malachite and 2 made of lapis. In Italy, it was worn as a protection against the evil eye. During the Middle Ages, malachite was used as a cure for vomiting and nausea, and many different cultures also believed the stone protected children from evil spirits. So clearly, there were many different cultures and regions using malachite for a wide variety of reasons. The stories and legends associated with malachite. The Egyptian Book of the Dead said that the goddess of the sky, Hathor, dropped stars on the earth in the shape of green stones. Hathor was also known as the Lady of Malachite, the Lady of Turquoise, and the Lady of Beauty, and was also the goddess of music, motherhood, and happiness. Worshippers would paint their eyelids with crushed malachite to honor her. Malachite was also the subject of one of Russia's most popular folktales, the Malachite Casket. Now, this is dedicated to the beauty and the mysteries associated with this stone. It was written in 1938, and this story is about a girl called Tenyushka, daughter of Stephen and Natasha. Stephen received a malachite casket full of beautiful jewelry from the mistress of the Copper Mountain. When he died, he passed the casket on to his daughter Tenyushka. The story goes on to describe how Stephen's daughter might actually be the daughter of the mistress of the Copper Mountain and therefore was a changeling navigating in a human world. So how do these legends about malachite and how the cultures used it before contribute to its spiritual benefits? Well, as we've seen, these different cultures use malachite for many different reasons, and there are a lot of very wonderful ways in which you can use malachite to improve your life. The first is protection. Many cultures considered this stone to be very protective. It would protect against the evil eye, illnesses, physical injury, and was said to be very protective for children. Malachite is still worn for protection today. It is said to protect against illness, against energetic attacks, and pollution. Second, malachite is revealing. Malachite helps you discover insight into the root cause of a problem. This could be within the emotional, situational, or physical realm. Malachite has been used in history to protect against illness and to determine and diagnose the root cause of illnesses. Primarily now, it's used to unveil what is hidden. If you're having a problem and don't know how to resolve it, meditating with malachite can help you see where the source of the issue is and how to fix it. The third benefit of malachite is transformation. Malachite is known as the stone of transformation and is said to help initiate great change. It encourages risk-taking. Malachite helps one disconnect from outdated beliefs and unhealthy habits. If your life is feeling stagnant or like it's not going anywhere, malachite can help you discover what changes are needed and invite great change. The next benefit of malachite is for manifestation. Many of these malachite qualities work together. Once malachite has revealed what you need and you welcome the necessary change and transformation, malachite helps you manifest your goals into your life. It helps you define your goals, amplifies the intention you send out into the universe, and makes room for what you need in your life. Malachite removes obstacles in the path to your desired goal. It's a very powerful stone for creating massive change and inviting new things into your life. Then malachite is known for absorbing toxicity. Its toxic nature is probably what attracts this quality. Again, we visit malachite's historical use to ward off illness. And malachite, in its toxic nature, has been said to absorb all toxicities and pollution within and exterior to our bodies. It has been said to absorb what is making us ill. It is also said to absorb pollution in our environment. Many books specifically call out radiation and electromagnetic pollution. So it can be useful to shield your personal energy if you work around a lot of electronics. Because of its absorption properties, it should be cleansed frequently. Since it's sensitive to water and sunlight, using selenite or another gemstone to cleanse it is the most effective for this particular stone. And then, because we're not done yet, malachite is very, very helpful for deep emotional healing. Malachite is an incredibly healing stone. It is associated with the color green, which supports heart healing and is incredibly comforting after deep trauma and heartache. It creates a safe, energetic space to help you process emotions and inspires deep self-love. This is a wonderful stone to bring with you during therapy sessions to help you process the pain that may arise during sessions. Thank you so much for joining me to learn more about the history of malachite and how it can support you in your life right now. If you have felt called to this stone, I hope this video helps you realize why you may have a connection with it. If you'd like to learn about all sorts of crystals and gemstones and how they can support your daily life, please do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss a single gemstone video. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you again soon.